Episode 9: The Red Flag Act. Daimler, who got to know the genius boy named Maybach recommended by Werner, became interested in Maybach and continued to observe him. Indeed, Maybach was a person with a genius mindset. Unknowingly, Daimler began to mentor Maybach, and in 1865, at the age of 19, Maybach was able to design an excellent engine. After that, Daimler worked with Maybach as his assistant and colleague until his death in 1900. A quiet morning began in Daimler's office. The door opened, and Maybach entered with a newspaper in hand. He greeted Daimler and showed him a page of the newspaper. Daimler said he hadn't seen the newspaper yet and asked what was going on. Maybach said there was something difficult to understand in the article, and he wanted Daimler's opinion. In response, Daimler asked for a warm cup of tea while he read the article. While Maybach prepared the tea, Daimler read the newspaper, furrowing his brow. After reading the entire article, he closed his eyes and fell into thought. Soon, Daimler opened his eyes and asked Maybach if he understood the incident. Maybach said he understood the article, but found it difficult to grasp why. The speed of steam cars was restricted in the UK. Daimler began speaking, explaining the current main means of transportation. He said that among transportation methods like carriages, bicycles, and automobiles, cars were gaining the most attention, and coal and electricity were used as power sources. He added that while steam cars were the most commonly used and convenient, they also carried risks. Maybach nodded and focused on his explanation. Daimler continued speaking. He explained the problems of accidents caused by horses being startled by the mix of carriages and cars on the streets, as well as incidents of steam car boilers catching fire, leading to casualties. He also mentioned that increasing the boiler pressure to boost steam car speed resulted in smoke from the chimney, staining people's clothes and laundry. Additionally, he explained that commercial steam buses in the UK weighed from 8 tons for small ones to nearly 30 tons for larger ones. He added that increasing the boiler pressure in such vehicles heightened the risk of explosions, leading to potentially serious accidents. After sipping his tea, Daimler suggested that the UK must have enacted laws to prevent such accidents. Maybach agreed that implementing regulations like speed limits was a good way to ensure public safety. However, Daimler expressed concern that the law was too strict, which could hinder the development of the automobile industry in the UK. The law, he explained, was the world's first automobile regulation, the Red Flag Act. Daimler regretted that the technologically advanced UK might see its automotive industry hindered by this law. The law Daimler described was the Red Flag Act, the world's first automobile regulation. Before 1865, many types of commercial steam buses appeared on the streets of England, with weights ranging from 8 to nearly 30 tons. To carry more people, the engine, body, and wheels were all made of cast iron. And to achieve higher speeds, excessive steam pressure was applied, leading to frequent horrific accidents such as boiler explosions, as well as severe pollution that sparked strong public protests. However, more significantly, the manufacturers of trains and carriages, which were the primary modes of transportation at the time, viewed the highly marketable automobile with suspicion. With their support, the British Parliament in 1865 enacted the Red Flag Act under the name of Queen Victoria. The politically motivated Red Flag Act was not solely intended as a warning against automobiles, but it can be considered the origin of the horn's role in alerting others to approaching vehicles. The contents of the Red Flag Act, the first automobile regulation, are as follows. 1. Each vehicle must carry 3 drivers. One of them must walk 55 meters ahead of the car, holding a red flag by day and a red lantern by night to warn of the vehicle's approach. 2. The maximum speed was limited to 6.4 km/h and reduced to 3.2 km/h in urban areas. 3. Taxes were imposed based on Teuton units, and road tolls were required when crossing city or county boundaries. 4. At night, vehicles had to be equipped with candle or gas lamps. In the early 1800s, England, once considered a rural and remote nation, rose to a world-dominating power by utilizing the steam engine that James Watt modified from Newcomen's device. The steam engine provided the power to transform small-scale domestic industries into larger-scale factory industries. With the steam engine, England produced high-quality and affordable products, and its massive ships and iron cannons solidified its status as a global hegemon. France and Germany, despite their advanced technology, rich history, and vibrant culture, could not match England's military and economic superiority. Particularly Germany, which had remained an economic underdog after the fall of the Holy Roman Empire, became a subcontracting base for the British economy. As a result, Germany and France could not easily build steam engine-based industrial facilities, which required significant capital investment and advanced social infrastructure like sewage and water systems. Therefore, Germany aimed to invent a smaller, more powerful, and efficient power engine that could be quickly installed in industrial facilities, fostering substantial economic growth. Within this international context, the introduction of the Red Flag Act, the world's first traffic law, limited cars that could previously travel at 40 km to a mere 6.4 km, stalling the British automobile industry and halting power engine development for 30 years from 1865 to 1896. Before the Red Flag Act, in 1860, France's Lenoir invented an internal combustion engine using coal gas, showcased at the Paris Expo, giving France a chance to secure new power through advanced engines. However, the French government, preoccupied with political turmoil following the overthrow of Napoleon and the restoration of the Second Republic, could not focus on this significant invention. 7 years later, in 1867, Germany's Nicholas A. Otto developed a more advanced four-stroke internal combustion engine, similar to modern gasoline engines, and exhibited it at the Paris Expo. As a result, Germany seized the opportunity to secure advanced engine technology faster than any other nation. Although the Red Flag Act was repealed in England in 1896, by then, the power industries of Germany, France, and other nations were already well established. The Red Flag Act ultimately became a regrettable law for England, causing it to miss the chance to solidify its status as a global hegemon. Meanwhile, along with the Red Flag Act, a traffic light was introduced in London, England, in 1868 to control the flow of vehicles and pedestrians. On the streets of London, where slow steam cars traveled at 6.4 km, 2 round holes were made. Red and green glass were inserted, and a gas lamp was attached at the back for traffic officers to manually rotate the signal. However, the gas traffic light soon disappeared after an explosion injured traffic officers. It was replaced by candle lights and then oil lamps, which continued to be used until long after gasoline cars were invented.